What's all the fuss about? The countdown has started. 1 down and 3 to go. What am I talking about? The yearly registration, which requires a yearly inspection. Here in the state of Texas, starting in about 11 months, the beginning of 2025, we will no longer have to get our vehicles inspected in order to get our registration. Yay! Yearly inspections have always been a pain in the neck for me because I always drive a 30-year-old car, and these 30-year-old cars, they need something. And starting next year, 2025, in the state of Texas, for the very first time in my life, we are no longer going to have to put up with those arrogant inspectors. They think they're inspector gods. Come on. No more yearly inspection. Yay. We're still going to have to replace that sticker. We're still going to have to prove we have insurance, but we don't have to take our vehicle in anymore to get it inspected. What is the purpose of the inspection? If I still remember the acronym, SSI, State Safety Inspection. The inspection of your vehicle every year is to make sure your vehicle is safe. And you know what we say about safety around here? Screw safety. We don't need that stuff. State Safety Inspection. I know they mean well, but over the years, I've seen and experienced much variation in the level of inspection. Some inspectors, they do their job just right. They inspect what they're supposed to. Some inspectors, they don't hardly check anything. Like last week, when I took the orange car to get inspected, they're supposed to get in and drive it to make sure the brakes work, to make sure the steering works, to make sure the high beam indicator works. Sure, they check the lights, they check the basics, but they didn't even look under the hood to check the brake fluid or the power steering fluid. They did not check the gas cap to make sure it wasn't leaking. They didn't do a very good job of inspecting it. Now, over the years, I've never liked having to take the vehicle, especially this old truck that I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. It always needed something, and I always had to fix something, and somehow I had to kind of bribe the inspectors. Some of the inspectors are so arrogant. They think they're inspector gods. Don't park there. Come back tomorrow. Not today. They just thought they were inspector gods, and you had to do whatever they wanted. Some of the inspectors are good, but some of the inspectors are not so good. Now, I asked them last week what they thought about this new law that's coming out very shortly about no more inspections. And this particular inspector, he told me he was happy. And of course I asked him, well, why are you happy? Because we don't make any money inspecting cars. Now, that's the second time I've heard that. The inspectors tell me we're not making any money. So I asked him, well, why do you do it? And this particular one had a national chain, oil change that place, and he said that the company wanted it for good public relations. You take your vehicle, you get inspected, you like their service, you come back. That's what the inspections was for. This used to be my dad's truck. And yes, for 30 years, I'd have to get it inspected every year, and every year it was a bit of a hassle. Whether it was the wipers or the blinkers or the horn, I always had to do something, and sometimes I had to bribe the inspector. So, is it a coincidence that I'm timing this project to be finished on December 31st of this year, 2024. So the following day, I will no longer need to inspect this vehicle to get it registered. Is that a coincidence, or is that just good luck on my part? Here, let me warn you a little bit. I don't expect to fix the wipers. This is not going to be a daily driver. These wipers are going to be a little bit of trouble to fix, and they're going to cost some money. I don't need wipers right away. I don't need a high beam indicator. That's on the list. You're supposed to have a high beam indicator, and guess what? I'm not even going to have high beams. Sure, I'll put some low beams just in case I come back late from one of the car shows. I'm going to put some brake lights, some blinker lights. I'll put a horn on there. I'm going to put the minimal amount of electrical devices that is needed. So, does that make the vehicle unsafe? Well, in the comments, I want your opinion. Is this new law that's affecting the vehicles starting next year here in the state of Texas. Is it going to make it safer, or is it going to make it unsafer? In my opinion, the only real purpose of that yearly inspection is to keep the police from not pulling you over. They'll pull you over for a tag light, and they like to confuse you. I watch a lot of YouTube, and they like to use that term tag light. Why don't they call it what it really is? It's a license plate light. They'll pull you over for a tail light, a license plate light, a brake light, and if you're not totally prepared on all your documentation or other issues come up, you're going to be in trouble. I don't think, in my opinion, that the yearly safety inspection has been doing that much. Now, another big area is where they need to crack down is on that damn phone. People using their phones, they distract them. That makes them more unsafe than anything. So, next year, this truck going to be on the road, and I'm not going to have to get it inspected. Hooray! Folks, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching our video. If you learned anything, please give us a thumbs up or put it in the comments. I'd like to know what you think about this safety inspection issue. Thank you.